What's up everybody, it's Gomlet and welcome back to another Magic Arena Singleton video. I don't have so much time to make a video today, I've got to leave in about an hour, so we're going to play a fast deck. We're going to play Gruul Aggro. We use all of the best red and green creatures and burn spells and stuff like that in here. I am going to take out a Wizard's Lightning real fast and toss in a Savage Smash because I forgot that card existed. And I don't have very many wizards, so I think Savage Smash is probably just better. I will have the deck list in the description for those interested in that, but I'm a lot more interested in just hopping into these games here. So, yeah, all of my decks are pretty basic. I just use my favorite cards, the cards that I consider to be powerful. So I don't really have a lot to talk about in terms of the deck building process. I'm much more of a fan of really methodical deck building in limited and sealed and stuff like that. So constructed to me is a lot more about the hop in, hop out gameplay than the decks. At least in my opinion. I know a lot of people have a lot of fun deck building. I'm just not that kind of person. Once I have too many options, I just start getting confused and I just like, alright, I'll just put the coolest stuff in. But in limited with the restricted options, I feel like I like the challenge of that. And it's a lot more approachable to me. But anyways, with that gigantic spiel out of the way, let's play some Magic. So we are against a mono-white deck, maybe? I guess we only know that they're white and maybe another color. But Plains into Legion's Landing is a classic play for white decks in Standard. Looks like they're at least Selesnya, maybe Selesnya tokens of some kind. That could be pretty strong. I'm just going to play the Kraul Harpooner here. I'm just going to play exclusively forests for now, just to keep the fact that I'm red as a surprise for them. Maybe make their day a little more exciting. It's like, oh, it's not mono green. Snap. Alright, so far they are still just green-white. Probably sticking to two colors. I feel like most of the decks I end up playing against in Singleton are either 2 colors or 5 colors. I have done some Singleton on stream instead of in video yesterday, because I had some more time to play, but I don't want to spam you guys with a million videos a turn, or a million videos a day. So, I did play some more Singleton on my Twitch channel, and I played against multiple Super Friends decks. So that's a thing. Everybody just playing every Planeswalker that's in Standard, along with all of their rare lands and stuff. Chromatic Lantern obviously makes that a lot more playable. So it looks like our round 1 opponent was unfortunately just mana screwed, so that wasn't much of a game. But while it is unfortunate for them, and unfortunate for playing a decent game of Magic, it is kind of fortunate for me, because I am trying to race through these games here. Vicious Rumors. I don't think that card's insanely good, but it is really good against this hand. I guess it's not, actually. I just don't know what to discard. I'm gonna discard the Electrodominance. Maybe there's something more control-y, I don't really know. But yeah, Vicious Rumors, I think it could be good if you just have a bunch of discard stuff in your deck. But just by itself. Oh, alright. Yeah, this is going to be rough. We may be playing against the deck with all of the discard spells in Standard. Might get hit by a Mind Rot next turn, we'll see. Thought Erasure, taking the Branchwalker to make sure I don't explore into a land, I assume. And since they are blue-black, seemingly probably some kind of control deck. They're probably not taking my 5 mana cards because they have a lot of time to draw into an answer to deal with those. Could be a counterspell or a removal spell. See what they have this turn. Maybe a Thief of Sanity. I would hope not. Just a discovery. Draw some cards. Sift through the top cards of their deck here. We do have 4 out of the 5 mana we need for these 2 cards, so we're very close to casting those. In terms of cards in hand, not cards on the board, we're still 3 turns away. I think both of those are really strong. Wow! I guess they need to hit lands, because Dream Eater is a pretty powerful card. We are going to play the Guild Gate here. We did draw a third 5-drop. That's not really what I would like. Preferably, I would have liked to draw anything that costs 2 to 4 mana there. If it was a 2-drop, just play it that turn. And if it was a 3 or 4-drop, play it the next turn. Well, we have hit our 5th land drop, which is important. But again, we don't have any plays until we hit that 5th land drop, so pretty slow start here. Definitely giving them all the time they need to draw answers. So we sack our 2/1. Ravager Worm in hand. Next turn we have to discard a card, which is really awkward because they get to return one of these creatures from the grave onto the battlefield under their control. I think that the weakest creature we have out of all of these would probably be the Charging Monstrosaur. So I think I'll play Biogenic Ooze and discard Monstrosaur, and then they get to get the Monstrosaur back from the grave. I guess if they have a removal spell for Biogenic Ooze, though, I don't want them to be able to kill that and bring that back. So which of these would I least care about them having on board? Would it be the dragon or the ooze? I guess the dragon, and I'm going to discard Monstrosaur here. So we'll discard Monstrosaur. Yep, so they get to choose between the dragon or the Monstrosaur. I think this hand was just way too slow to deal with a control deck, unfortunately. Well, we can fight the Chupacabra. I guess I'm going to save the Ravager Worm for next turn, and I can fight whatever they brought back. Oh, they're just going to bring back Dream Eater. Alright, fair enough. Completely forgot that was an option. Yeah, that would definitely explain why they surveilled the Dream Eater. So now they get to surveil 4, set up the next draws. Looks like they were all just bad stuff that they didn't want to draw. So they play the Dream Eater, bounce my Ooze token, and exile the Biogenic Ooze. Alright. So, I mean, they only have 2 cards in hand now, so if they don't have an answer for this, could be back in it, but I do think it's kind of likely they have an answer for that. They did just surveil 4 cards to get closer to something relevant, at least. So, just a land, followed up by Price of Fame to destroy the worm, and they surveil 2, set up their next draw. S is a really bad spot. Rampaging Ferocidon is big enough to block the Chupacabra, so at least they don't have a winning position right now. They have to kill the Ferocidon. But, seeing as all of their removal and threats has just been chaining them into more cards, I think it's pretty likely they'll have a way to deal with Ferocidon soon. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 permanents, so they need to play 1 more card, and they'll be able to kill Ferocidon with Death Touch. I am going to just play Domri here. If I minus him, I have to hit a creature that costs 3 or less to be able to block one of these so they don't just kill him immediately. But I think I kind of have to just draw cards here, because if I just use his plus ability and then I hit a land, like, I'm just in a really bad spot anyway. So, I need to draw cards, so we're going to draw cards, and hope to hit a cheap creature, which we did, which is very nice. And our other creature's pretty strong, too. So I'm happy with that. Definitely not attacking, though. So they just play a basic, and now the Brawler has Death Touch, so whatever I block it with is just going to die. But I will definitely block it. Keep Domri around. I could double block it, but Skarrgan Hellkite is going to be big enough to just block it and kill it later anyway. And I can hopefully draw more creatures. Unfortunately, that is just a land. Etrada. Etrada is a big problem. She can hit Domri with unblockability, and his minus is a -3, so I don't really get to do anything else with him. He's just going to put one more counter onto my Skarrgan Hellkite here. Which is not exactly where I want to be, but it is a thing. So we will put the +1/+1 counter on it and give it haste. Because they are down to 10, we'll attack with everybody. They could double block Ferocidon. Wait, I was supposed to shoot the Chupacabra first. I'm playing slightly too fast. I was going to shoot the Chupacabra, but I forgot I had to do it pre-combat. That is rough. We'll just kill the Chupacabra that way then, and then do 2 to their face. And then, if I top deck a burn spell, they are dead. So yeah, now they send Deadeye Brawler to Domri, they send Etrada to my face so they can get rid of the Hellkite. Ill-gotten inheritance. Okay. So I have to draw a burn spell, like, immediately. Yeah, I definitely should have shot the Chupacabra before the attack. I was just playing far too fast. And not thinking things out, so that is my bad. Alright, Lightning Strike, let's go.
Look at you.
I guess literally any creature I can give haste with Domri, so actually I have a lot of outs because Domri's not dead here. Oh, no! Oh, man, that doesn't quite do it. I can hit them for 2 with haste. Wow, alright. That is rough. That was really close. That feels a little disrespectful. I mean, if I just drew, like, Stone Cold Nothing, I think I could accept that a little bit easier than 1 damage off. Yeah, I think if we had just shot the Chupacabra, I think we would have won this game. That was a real big punt. Let's see what they drew here. So they do 6 damage to us with Deadeye Brawler plus Inheritance if they just want to go to the face. So if they just drew like a Sovereign's Bite or something random that does 3 damage to us, we could be dead right now. Otherwise, I think they just send the Brawler at the Domri if they have another creature. If they don't have another creature, I still think that's the best play, and they'll just have to sack the Inheritance to survive the Llanowar Elves hitting them. But I guess, yeah, they are still in a rough spot, because I do have Rhythm of the Wild even if Domri dies, so any creatures I draw will have haste. So I need a 4-power creature. It's just another land. I do think I have to just attack them here. We'll be taking 2 back, but the lower life they get, the more cards in my deck could potentially kill them. Oh no. Yeah, I think this game is over now. They get to return any of the creatures from their grave to the battlefield, which includes some really strong stuff. They just choose the Chupacabra. Fair enough. Just clear off the board over here. See if I can get a flyer. I still have outs if I draw Rekindling Phoenix or something like that. Ooh. Alright. I think that is gonna be game. I am gonna take 2 from the Brawler. I guess it's not quite game if they don't have another counter spell. Alright, well, we're going to 1. I feel like literally every draw we've had here is a card that would have won if I had just killed the Chupacabra earlier. Whenever an opponent discards a card, that player loses 2 life. Okay. So I don't have to lose 2 life yet, so let's see. Top deck, Banefire, let's go. Dire Fleet, Daredevil. Instant or sorcery in their graveyard. Could choose a Price of Fame. A Vraska's Contempt. A Dispersal? Direfleet, Daredevil, oh my god. I think we have to just use one of the removal spells on their Atrada. We have 2 mana, then we have 7, so we could cast any of them. We can cast Price of Fame, and then we can surveil our next 2 cards, or we can cast Vraska's Contempt to gain some life. I think I want to surveil some cards here. We're going to have to chump block here, if I choose to surveil some cards. Oh no, Connive Concoct! Oh no, I'm so bad! Oh my god, I could have picked Connive Concoct. And we could have got back... Oh my god, I didn't even notice that! Oh... I have just punted this game into oblivion. We do still have 1 draw step here. Possibly. Oh, good lord. That'll do it. That'll do it. I deserved that loss. Wow. I specifically picked the simplest deck to play, and I just get presented with 1,000 decisions. I am really not in the mindset for that. Ooh, good lord. That was horrendous, but at least I know I'm bad. Alright. So turn 2 Pelt Collector is a little bit awkward, but otherwise this hand's pretty sweet. Do want to draw lands here, but we do have a Lightning Strike in case they are on a really aggressive start. We might not die immediately, because we get to kill one of their things. Guild Gates. Incubation Druid's a really good draw. Need some mana here. Yeah, I don't think this Pelt Collector is going to be getting used a lot, because he's not worth skipping playing the 4/4 Trample right now. And then if I draw another land, he's not going to be worth skipping the Ferox. District Guide for our opponent. Searches for a swamp, so they are just Golgari. Well, now I can Pelt Collector and Lightning Strike their guy, so that's actually worth a turn. So we'll get the Pelt Collector out here. Looks like a removal spell to me. Eyeing up the Spellbreaker. Vraska's Contempt it is. Alright, Ferocidon time. Hit them for 2 with Pelt Collector. Eldest Reborn. This is a really hard choice. I guess I'm gonna have to just sack the Pelt Collector here. I think I prefer a 3/3 Menace Body, even if it is gonna be pinging me a little bit. Because it also stops them from doing Wild Growth Walker shenanigans until they draw something better. I don't think giving them a Vivian is that big of a deal, so I'm going to discard Vivian. So if they get a Vivian back from Eldest Reborn, that's not super bad. I think I'm just on the aggressive here. I don't want to give them any kind of blockers, is the main thing. Vivian does let them kill my Demanding Dragon, but I at least get to get the Demanding Dragon's ability here. Probably should have just discarded the Ravager Worm, but I feel like the problem with Ravager Worm is if I discard that, then that's just such a good card for them to get back from the grave. They get a really big blocker and kill one of my creatures if they get that on their field. Whereas Demanding Dragon, I didn't want to discard that because the second I draw land, I get to cast this dragon as my next threat. But unfortunately did not draw land yet. They pick up the Nullhide Ferox just as a really big blocker, fair enough. East Whisperer. Getting hit for 2 by a Chupacabra. We can shoot the Beast Whisperer. Yeah, I think we shoot the Beast Whisperer and hit them with our Menace for 3. We will take 8 on the Crackback, though. Which is a little hard, but I think... Like, I'm at 17 life. That's a way safer life total than putting them to 4. Like, now they're at a really unsafe life total. And they can't even cast a removal spell because they have my Ferox, which stops them from playing non-creature spells right now. They only have 2 mana. There's no way they have a 0 mana removal spell in their hand. Now they could cast a removal spell, because now they have plenty of mana to pay into the Nullhide Ferox. Ooh, Swing Out. That makes me definitely expect a removal spell, because if it's just creatures to block it, they have to take damage when they play those creatures. So I'm fairly certain we're about to see a removal spell on the Ferocidon. Oh! Well, there's a Josu. There's one creature. They need a second creature to block Menace. Did they just give me the game? Do you have the second creature to block Menace? Wow. That was insanely close. Do they have an answer here? They're looking at stuff. They may have an answer. Nope. The reverse punt. Oh my god. I played pretty poorly in that last game, and then that last decision there with the Josu Vess fortunately misplayed into killing our opponent in that game. So, at least there's a little bit of punts to go around today. This is the punty video of the week. Everyone does it now and then. Except for really good players. Except for, like, pros. Even pros punt very occasionally. Alright, this hand's really good. I like this a lot. And there's the 4th mana. This hand's just beautiful. Shock the Branchwalker. And we hit a Nullhide Ferox. That's going in the library. We definitely have the 4 mana. Was really hoping that we're going to play an island, because Rhythm of the Wild is so funny. Just the fact that it also makes them uncounterable, just in case, you know? Makes it so good when you're paired up against blue. But I think just having it with these real beefy creatures here is going to be a big game. regardless. You know, honestly, I think a 6/6 is big enough. Let's just haste it out. I think the only thing they could have that could possibly make a 6/6 not big enough is if they have their own Ferox immediately after this. Which, I mean, it is Singleton, so it's not very likely. Alright, yeah, they just have a Timber Gorge. Of course, they could play another 3-power creature. Nope, just a 2-power creature in Thorn Lieutenant. So, hasting out the Ferox is working out well. I will put a counter on the Ripjaw Raptor, though, I think. I think 4 or 5 is small enough. We'd wanna beef that up. Let's get in there, Ferox. Chump block with the Thorn Lieutenant, fair enough. Now a beefy raptor. Rekindling Phoenix, the ultimate chump blocker. Which is so strange on a red card. You can tell they kind of want you to be aggressive with it, but that's not how it usually plays out. So I could spend 5 mana to Skewer the Critics something. Yeah, then all they can do is chump block. That's probably best. We're going to spend 5 mana to Skewer here. And then they just get a chump block and take at least 5. I was thinking about just running out the Thorn Lieutenant, but I think this is a little bit better. So Phoenix is back. Charging Monstrosaur. That's probably not attacking. Yep, no attacks. Could spend 5 to light up the stage. If I attack with both, they do get to kill something if they double block it. But if not, like, if they double block something, they're taking 5 here, so I think it's worth it. In a deck with Banefire and Electrodominance and stuff. Alright, so we're doing 5 to them, and Nullhide Ferox is dying, so I get to cast Light Up the Stage for 1 mana. So that helps there as well. Let's see what we hit. Some lands. Those are fine cards to hit. I do need a land for this Carnage Tyrant, and now I have it. Counter on the Lieutenant. They need another blocker, and they're probably going to have to chump block here. There's another blocker. So if we send both in and save all our mana up, their only choice is to chump block both these creatures. Which is really good for me, because then I get to draw a card, and I kill the Frenzied Erranx. Might just be better to play Biogenicus or Carnage Tyrant. Actually, if I just haste out Carnage Tyrant, do I just win? Because of Trample? Not quite, but I think it's worth it. They go to like 1, I think. Because they block there, take 3. Oh wait, no, I do just win. I think. I'm really bad at math, let's be honest. I think that is just lethal. Alright, well, 3 wins. That's more than I thought I would get after the really punty game. I know I always say that, but I rarely expect to win too much. Just because I like to keep my expectations reasonable. I don't think I'm always going to 5-win runs and stuff like that. So I always reach for mediocrity, and then if I do better, I can be real happy with that. We really need mountains here. I think that's worth a mulligan. And this hand has our colors. We have a Branchwalker on turn 2 to maybe draw a card, at least to scry with the Explorer. Legion Warboss, I'm going to keep that. That's really good if I manage to play that out on turn 3. Alright, opponent starts with a Forest, and come on, the draw. Basic land on top, let's go. Ooh, that's kind of sad, but I definitely have to bin that. Kraul Harpooner. Probably going to shock that guy if I don't get a land right here. I do get a land. So we'll just drop Warboss. We can shock that later on the turn I want to attack with Warboss. I can shock and Lava Coil in the same turn. Rabid Bite, that's pretty good. Warboss is out of here. I do really need to hit another land now, because now I have a 3-2 as my only threat. It does seem like they're stuck on 2 mana though, so at least we are both stuck on mana. Me slightly less so. There's the 3rd mana. I do have multiple burn spells now to get creatures out of the way. If they draw some cheap creatures here, like a Llanowar Elves. Ooh, that is the 4th mana for a Ripjaw Raptor. I think with the way they've drawn their mana, it's almost definitely better to just kill that Llanowar Elves right now. Just keep them off of whatever high mana cost cards they have. Keep them off of playing like a large blocker. And yep, killing the Llanowar Elves just to keep them drained on mana there did get us there. So, another game with a pretty unlucky opponent. But, once again, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. This is getting intense. This is the final game, no matter what, win or lose. I have 1 loss and 4 wins, so if I win, that's 5 wins and it's over, and if I lose, that's 2 losses and it's over, so everything's on the line now, all the gold, all the cash monies, and we're maybe playing against a control deck without our Rhythm of the Wild. I'm spooked. Get out there, Thorn Lieutenant. Blue-red. Some kind of blue-red spells deck is most likely. That is what Izzet is best at. We'll get in there again. I definitely expect to see a Shock or a Lightning Strike or something on my Llanowar Elves, and it looks like they don't have it. So maybe an Essence Scatter or a Quench here. But that is not going to stop me from trying. Got to get rid of the counterspell somewhere, or I'll just never cast anything. So a Syncopate it is. So, yeah, kind of forgot Syncopate existed. I probably should have just main phase 1'd Rampaging Ferocidon, but that's such like a corner case because it's 1 out of the 60 cards in a Singleton that it's pretty unlikely that would have happened, but I think it's probably still better to just main phase the Ferocidon there, just in case that was a thing. Let me actually see how much they have in their graveyard. They have 2, so if I give it haste, they can kill it, and if I don't, they can't unless they play another or discard another to play it. Just put a counter on it. It's probably going to get beacon bolted, but maybe not. Them shooting the Llanowar Elves was a pretty big deal. We were definitely hoping for just 1 land draw with the Llanowar Elves to start playing Charging Monstrosaur into Vivian Reed, and now we cannot do that anymore. We need to hit multiple lands. There is 1 land. Let's go ahead and get in there first. See what they do. Sonic Assault on Zerta Goblin. Kind of a weird card. That definitely makes me think they probably have a decent amount of creatures in their deck, because Sonic Assault is a lot better when you're cracking back. A lot better than an aggressive deck where you get a lot of value out of the damage to your opponent. So probably running, you know, the Izzet Drakes, Wee Dragonauts, Arclight Phoenix, that kind of stuff. Maybe some Nivix Cyclops or whatever that card is called. Shimmer of Possibility. So, they pick the best card of the top 4? Yep. Goes into their hand. And now they play a Charticourse, so we are doing 5 to them this turn. If we top deck a basic land, we could do 10 to them this turn. That should be a major swing, but we do not draw the land, so just the 5 for now. They are down to 7, so a lot of pressure on them to play something real strong sometime soon. Lightning Strike on the Goblin. 3 mana left. They can Sonic Assault the Thorn Lieutenant. Or Beacon Bolt it, but either of those does leave me with a 1/1 at the very least, because Thorn Lieutenant gives me a little baby elf whenever it's targeted. So, Beacon Bolt on the Thorn Lieutenant. We get the baby elf. Let's see if we top deck the land yet. Still no land, but that is a threat, so I will take it. It is a small threat, but at 7 life, even the small threats are big threats. There's a Ral. Alright. So we've got one last major chance here. If we top deck the basic right now, we kill them on the spot. There it is. It took a while to get here, but at the same time, it got there right in time. So that is going to end today's Singleton. It was a close one. I feel like I punted a decent amount. I punted a lot in the game I lost, and then the Llanowar Elves play with the Syncopate up, I do feel was at least a minor punt. But sometimes you get lucky, and you get there. So, thank you everybody for watching. Let's see if I get anything cool here. Godless Shrine is certainly cool. That is a very good card to get. Love to pick up some rare lands with the rewards here. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you with more Magic Arena sometime very soon.